Hey guys, it's my 7Stars, and let me tell you something. Why you need to be licking your wounds until they are totally healed? Because your frequency is literally everything, and those wounds are literally the holes on your auric field, and those holes are literally the portals. So the lower energy frequencies, and people that gonna manipulate you, they can actually come in, and you being the prey, this is where they enter. When you heal, when you seal, you go higher in the frequency. So if you are noticing that you are getting triggered, that you have money problems, that you don't live with your divine counterpart, doesn't matter that you are spiritual, like if you haven't healed, you will always be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then plus, if you are doing some other things that you are constantly opening your portal, you are doomed to be someone else's prey, consciously or unconsciously, even the other people, they don't have to do it on purpose. But when you seal, when you heal, nothing can, burst your bubble. So you literally live in this auric field. And like I explained in my previous video, watch that video. It's called Knowing This Changes Everything. So I talk more about your ego and how you get conditioned and programmed and all these things. So you came into this upside down universe, and how you grow up, and like even if you had the best parents ever, they be most likely unconscious, like most of the people in this era, and you got trauma, you got things that you have to heal. It's going all the way back, and you can have trauma creating right now. So every time that you get trauma and and you get hurt, like piece of you, of your big spirit, it fragments and it leaves your body, and because it's like too much for the spirit, in a way. So where those little parts of you left, this is where the holes are. These are the wounds that you need to lick, and so so every trauma, everything, and then if you are now 40 or 50 or 60 and you never even, lick that little wound when you've been a child, can you imagine how many holes in your auric field you have available for all the other things? This is why people get manipulated. This is why people get, constantly on the wrong path. This is why they have hard life, and like why they're constantly in the loop, and this is why, because just look at everything is frequency, guys. I can promise to you that all the answers to everything is just this frequency. Like you just have to work on raising your frequency. How you raise your frequency, how you patch up those holes, everything changes. Your whole life changes. It's an answer to freaking everything. This is why so much conditioning. This is so much, dragging you to the mud. This is so much, why everything is twisted. So you get lost. You get wounded and all these things. So this is why it's so important to know yourself, to study yourself, know this self, and knowing why you do things, questioning everything, investigating everything. And it comes from someone, I'm someone that done 20 years work on myself, until I was totally healed. And the last 5 years I was literally on the mountain just doing my thing with spirit, so I can now teach others how to get where I have, and it's really about this frequency. And like when you have these holes inside of your auric field, this golden field, how I see it, it's like if you are in a boat, if you have holes, you're gonna sink, and you're gonna go, more holes you have, you're gonna go down in frequency. More you heal, more you patch, like more of your frequency is gonna be contained in this field, and therefore you're gonna move higher. Like this is how I see this auric field. And when I do my healings, like I just see this God's golden light, and all I do, I just blow inside this golden light, that seals these holes, like everything is happening automatically. Anyways, so what I literally saw by the end of my healings, I haven't seen this 20 years ago when I just started with this path, but now how my gifts open, and I remembered everything. So it's literally, guys, it's literally when you heal, I saw this clearly a couple of times, and like I noticed, I recognized that moment when something was healed in my field, in the grandness of my existence, of my spirit. And I literally could see piece of myself, that fragmented piece, that fragmented, like when I got that trauma, the piece of me left because it was too much for spirit. And when you actually heal, the little part of you comes back home. And how it comes back home, it's sealed, and so you become more whole. You find more of yourselves comes back online, if that makes any sense. It becomes like, and how more you heal, more pieces of yourself come back, and this is why you're rising higher. And then if so, you're patching all those holes, you because everything in the universe, like everything wants to come back to the balance, everything wants to come back to the balance. And you're healing this, you're going higher, you're healing, you're becoming more of yourself. And if you're not doing things that are making those new holes, for example, I don't know, sabotaging yourself and then going to some trauma. But the most basic example would be, drinking. When you drink, you open those holes, and then the entities, they come in, and then you do something stupid, right? And then another trauma, whatever. This is why it's so widely accepted, this is why people smoke this. Like, I've been there, I've done it, like I can only talk about this because I've walked that path. I've been where majority been, but not many people been where I am right now. And I'm so blessed that I can actually share this. And I was waiting, for this moment to be totally sealed and healed. So healed, sealed. So always think about that. How you healed means that your auric field, nothing can touch, because this is your space where you live at. It goes meters and meters all around you. And like my field now is so sealed, and I keep it clean, and I know that nothing can trigger me, because like if something comes in, it just bounces back off my field. But if you're getting triggered, that means that there is a wound, something that's coming in, and you have to find that wound. And then it's like a sore spot where you feel this sore spot, and where you get triggered, you have to follow that thread inside, because for example, if you get triggered and you're gonna and you go, like you explode on a little thing, because it's not just about that little thing, but because that's a trigger for something else. It's going all the way down the line to the very core of it, when it first existed, when it first was made, when the wound was open, and because you haven't healed all this time, it was like one thing after another. I mean, the similar thing, like the similar threads, hole and thread, right? And so you go that path, and then you get angry, like, and one thing, another one, and then you explode over, someone would say, like, who shaked your cage, you know what I mean? But because of there is so many things that you haven't healed, and this trigger, just show you all of that, and it comes back here. And so it's best, when you get this trigger, see it as an opportunity, because this is what really is. You can recognize that hole where it's open for people and demons to come and manipulate you, right? And you go back, and the best way is to heal it on the source, So most of the time, 9 out of 10, it's when you've been a little child or something, that's similar, you know, where this little thread started. And then it's just about you really looking, you know, from the higher perspective at that time why that started, you know, like, yeah, you've been really upset on your parents, but now you know better. Like, it's 40 years after and you still cry about this, you know, like your parents been mad, you know, your parents smacked you or whatever. Like, you know, just observe and look at that little child and, you know, understand and see the bigger picture, the grandest of things. You know, your parents, they haven't been conscious, they done the best they could, you know. Look from the bigger perspective and, you know, give yourself a break, you know. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and, you know, and then that whole thread, that whole line will actually heal, right? So this is why I really see, so you know, this auric field, it has to be sealed, and it's like everything is frequency. And it's like first is a beast that's not conscious, then is a man that's half conscious, some are, some not, like we think that we are conscious, but most of people aren't. Then there is a saint, and then there is a God. It's just the stages of literally the consciousness. And you already know that we've been living in an age of Kali Yuga, which most of the people are totally unconscious and everything is upside down. This is upside down universe, and we just crossed that line, and now we are rising this new day. So you can watch this video about the new timeline on my channel. I can link it here as well. So yeah, watch the video before that I've done. I'm probably gonna do like a series of videos about this, you know, healing and stuff. So good or bad life, and knowing these changes everything is the video. I'm gonna link it here. So watch that first, and this one is gonna be the second one. So I don't want to go this for too long. So your wounds are these portals, the entrances. Ego wounded, right? So if you're getting triggered, if your life is hard, you haven't healed, and you have to do this if you want to go on the next level. And you know what, this job is never done. It's like another level, and you really own it to yourself to put your frequency to the highest level, and to close all the portals, like, you know, because this is why, you know, this is why you're dragged through the mud. This is why people live in this hell. So around eclipses, for example, now I've been inspired to do this video because now today is an eclipse, and when the eclipses come, you know, people get really triggered and everything, you know, like, so if, in this time, if you are, because today is an eclipse, if you are getting triggered, that can tell you something, you know, you haven't been healed. And so just be grateful for whatever, you know, if you see some trigger, or if you see, you know, something is not right, understand what I've said today, and, you know, look where is that wound, and follow that thread, and change it on the source, change it on the well, change it where it all started. This is how, you know, you heal the whole line. And then just don't make another portals, you know, other holes, like seriously, spiritual people, and especially spiritual leaders, like, there is no place for alcohol, you know, like God was saying to me for years and years, like, stop, don't drink and don't smoke, and you're gonna have everything. But, you know, the programming is so deep, and, you know, how will I socialize, how will I this, how will that, because it's widely accepted. But only because it's widely accepted doesn't mean that is normal, you know. If it's mainstream, you know, think twice, because everything is pushed on you, you know, and now you know why. So this auric field, so yes, that is it. Okay, guys, so leave me a comment. How do you feel this? And, you know, can you see now the more in a visual way, you know, how these energies, how they swooped in, you know, how they can manipulate you, you know. And, you know, think about this, like, okay, people can manipulate you, but if you haven't healed, you're gonna do some things that you think, oh my God, you know, I really want to do this, but you're really just going for a patch, you know. And this is why you're not capable to make a good decision for yourself, because you are making decisions in order to patch those little holes, you know. So this is why you have to take the time for yourself, to get to know yourself, to really spend time with yourself, you know, to heal yourself, know the self, right? And because this is where it all started, especially in this new world that I'm talking about right now, you know, about this new timeline. It's a whole new era, and you can literally heal instantly, in seconds, you know, like in a couple of months, let's say, that I've been healing for a 20 years. And what I do, for example, with the people I work with people one-on-one that are constantly with me, like while I still can do this, like they are on counseling with me, and I do them this I do these healings, and that was revealed to me, and I just literally blow in the God's energy, golden energy, and then, you know, naturally their field starts to heal, you know. They are being shown, you know. You have to be very grateful when the things are actually revealed to you. And this is exactly this what's happening for eclipse season. This is why I love eclipse season, because it shows you so much, you know, about you. And like, I blow this, the God light comes into that field, and, you know, like, I don't push anything, but they just get what they need in a moment they need it, so they can actually heal, seal those holes, and move higher. Because if you want to have a happy life, if you want to have a wealthy life, if you really want to feel this joy that I'm feeling right now, you know, you have to heal, you have to patch up those holes and move up higher. You know, it's impossible otherwise. It is impossible. And I can tell you, I've been on every area of my life. I've been on the both sides, you know, like I really hit the rock bottom in freaking everything, and I'm here on the other side, and I'm a witness, and I can teach you this with confidence, because I've been there, I've seen that, and I'm analyzing this, learning this for 20 years of my life. And now, you know, you get everything, you know. Just, you have to do the work. You have to do the work. Don't fool yourself around thinking, you know, like, yeah, you're spiritual, rainbows, and what's the name, the unicorns, you know. But you have to do the work. You have to do the work. There is no other way around, you know. If you're not constantly in peace, in bliss, in what I talked last time in this in my video, if you're not centered, you know, like, people pull you around, you get triggered, like, my friend, you're always going to be up and down, up and down. Your life is never going to change, and you're here to live your absolute best life, your 7 stars life. Okay, guys, so I love you much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.